You ever notice how there's two justice systems in South Africa? No, really, there's one for you, the tax-paying peasant, and then there's one for them. Let me explain. You steal a Pocomo Weet-Bix from ShopRite because you're hungry and you have to feed the kids. Boom, jail, criminal record. They'll chase you down like you just pulled off a Hollywood bank heist. But Cyril got caught with literal dollars stuffed in his couch. Couch. American money, like he was running a forex exchange in his living room. And what happened, you ask? Nothing. No arrest, no interrogation, not even a Cyril, please explain. Instead, he turned around and then he said this: I don't know how it got there, guys. Someone must have put it under my mattress while I was asleep. Just like how someone must have stolen my iPad. That was the South African version of the dog ate my homework. And we just nodded. Because you see, he's not just a president. He's the president. Ah, yes, he is the king. And that apparently means he is allowed to be confused on the stand and not us. You are not just below the law. You are beneath it. There are many people in this country walking around like, count the money. Laws, that only applies to you tax-paying peasants. Me, I've got comrades, connections, Kenyakunene to supply me with hoes. I got all of it. Let's talk about the Mkwanazi situation. The man stood up finally and said there is corruption in the South African police service. There are political killings. We are being sabotaged from the inside. And what did they do? They investigated him. Not the criminals, not the suspects, not the syndicates. Him. Like a kid who tells the teacher someone's cheating on the test, and then he gets detention for not raising his hand first. And then the kids who are cheating are let off the hook. You couldn't script this stuff if you tried. Let me name the vibe. South Africa's elite walk around like final bosses in a video game. You know Shao Kahn from Mortal Kombat. I can commit fraud and not go to jail. I can steal millions and not go to jail. I can get exposed on camera and not go to jail. Feel the wrath of Shao Kahn. They crash a state-owned company, retirement package and a new post for them and a new Lambo. But you forgot your license disc expired. You're gonna have to jump through 5 JMPD vans and a man with a clipboard yelling, Sir, step out the vehicle. You think I'm going to take your bribe? Cease, man. We live in a country where politicians go to court dressed better than the lawyers, lie through their teeth, and then leave early for a family emergency straight to their next corruption briefing. Meanwhile, a guy who sold avos without a permit at the robots, yeah, he's doing 3 months in holding at least. Tell me again how this is fair, because South African justice is a soap. And tell me if I'm telling lies. I'm here. Let me break it down. Shoplifting 30 rand, you go to jail. Community outrage, they're going to burn your shack. Laundering $580,000 in a sofa, laugh it off and become the president. Sell weed in Inyanga, the SAPS raids your shack, and that's about it. You also go to jail. Tenders and selling illegal Eskom contracts. Champagne, Dubai flights, we're investigating, and then the case is closed quietly. We, you and me, are living in Generations the Legacy, except this time, the villains actually win. But before we get to that, let us appreciate you for a moment. Yes, you, sitting there on your little phone or laptop, watching me with your overworked eyes and underpaid Wi-Fi bundle. You honest, hard-working, law-abiding peasant taxpayer, the government really loves you. No, really, you are the backbone of the nation because someone has to fund their Range Rovers. You get 9 rand 50 airtime, you get taxed. Buy bread, tax. Get a salary so small it should be arrested for loitering, tax. And what do you get in return? Potholes the size of moon craters, load-shedding schedules longer than varsity reading lists and queues to CAPITEC ATMs. And police that show up after the suspects have already started a braai with the meat they stole from you. But keep working, champ. Keep filling in those returns, because if you don't, champ, SARs will hunt you down like you stole a loaf of bread from Woolies. SARS will hunt you down. And the minister of marinating, or whatever his name is literally washing with dollars in bathwater like it's his spa treatment. But you're the villain for wanting to pay less tax, because you should pay your taxes, you ungrateful little brat. You should pay your taxes. And don't you dare question Woolies or the Jews that control Woolies. You mustn't complain, you mustn't protest, you mustn't even question anything. Because how dare you insult His Excellency? How dare you insult Ubaba Zuma? How dare you address the money mattress himself? He suffers every day. His millions get creased under the pillow. He suffers every day to address the nation for you. Do you know how hard it is to hide foreign currency in your mattress without wrinkling it? No, you don't. Alright? So shut up and fund their corruption like a good citizen. You're not a citizen, you're a donor, an unwilling one. You donate to broken metros. You donate to ghost employees. You donate to the fifth inquiry of the same scandal they will never get solved. But it's okay. That's okay. That's not your business. Your business is to just donate. Your reward is to post angry TikToks while they sip imported wine from your money. So thank you for your service, tax soldier. Now get back to work. The elites need new curtains for their Dubai apartments, and they can't do that without your taxes. Here's the truth, buddy. The law in this country bends like boerewors rolls in the sun. If you're connected, you're covered. If you're poor, you're prey. That's it. If you're middle class, forget about it. They're trying to make y'all extinct. Let's talk about some of the delusion y'all are out here having. You really sat there, brows furrowed like this, fists clenched, typing with middle fingers on your keyboard saying, no, this time they have to do something. Senzo Mkhunu is finished. Mkwanazi called him out. Mkwanazi is ready to fight. Senzo Mkhunu's career is over. You sweet, innocent buffoon. This is South Africa, not a Marvel movie. There is no final boss fight. There is no justice arc. There is just redeployment. Senzo Mkhunu fired. He's already in business class, bruv. You think Senzo got suspended? That man is probably in Maldives right now. Shirt off, belly out, sipping something imported while replying to more WhatsApps like the ones he sent to Mkwanazi. Like still a minister somewhere, baba. Don't worry about me. You want accountability? He is on paid leave. Paid. As in your tax money is giving him time off to recover from the stress of being caught because he's such a poor man. The ANC's HR department just works different. Okay? Because in the real world, you mess up at work, disciplinary hearing. You cost lives or cover up corruption, you're blacklisted. In government, you fumble. The police ministry, during a national crisis, they give you a few months off and a seat at the next cabinet buffet. It's how it works if you're connected. It's like losing a soccer match and then getting the Ballon d'Or for the best uniform. My man is going to evolve into the Minister of Carpets or something. Because you really think he's gone? He was removed from Minister of Police, but they'll probably make him disappear for about 6 weeks. Or by the time you've forgotten about him, and then he'll come back as the special advisor to the president on public carpets and scented candles. And y'all will still be tweeting, "Aye man, he must still be held accountable for his crimes and actions." Held accountable where? In Cyril's cabinet? In Cyril's cabinet, accountable means you change officers, not careers. So if you're still holding out hope for this justice that's deluded in your head, I've got a bridge in Nkandla to sell you. I mean that metaphorically. Senzo Mkhunu is not going to jail. He's going to court to do nothing. That's as far as it'll go. He's going to go to court, and then that's as far as you'll hear about it. Like his friends. And then he'll be saved. You'll still be watching this show, crying at the same plot twist like it's brand new. And until we stop worshipping these untouchables, until we stop clapping for crooks in suits, until we stop letting Cyril and co. turn our constitution into toilet paper, this will continue. But I'm not here to give you hope. I'm actually here to give you clarity. Because once you realize the game is rigged, you stop playing nice. This is the Summer Sambit. The mic is heavy, but someone had to lift it. But before I leave today, I have some very tragic news to share with you. For those of you who grew up in the 2000s and 2010s, whoever is driving that, I'm going to give him a knuckle sandwich after filming this. So, as I was saying, I have some very tragic news to share with you. For those of you who were alive or grew up like myself during the 2000s and early 2010s, but like if you grew up 90s, 2000s, you'll know who I'm talking about. 2010s, you'll know who Madluputu is. Yeah, that guy, the guy with the funny glasses and the teeth like this. The funny guy who used to appear on SABC TV like all the time. All the time. There was no way you couldn't know who that guy was. He has unfortunately passed away at the age of 50. I was actually shocked by this because when I heard of his passing, the first thing that came to my mind is Madluputu's not old. I mean, the guy was as young as ever when we were watching him. Right? I remember coming back from kindergarten, grade 1, grade 2, and like I'd see him playing on Zansi Magic and SABC. Funny guy, very funny guy. Laugh and everything. Watch him with, family and so forth. And it's really a shame that he's passed away. His cause of death is unknown, but it's just really sad. We lost someone very vital and authentic in the industry. I mean, we lost Madluputu, guys. Like, he was one of the very last remnants of SA culture. I used to say to my friends, South Africa lost its culture the moment we started westernizing everything. Like right these days, it's about rap music. It's about Casper Your Vest and all those guys, which is great. I mean, music is music. But what happened to those days where we had our own thing going? I mean, we have Amapiano now, but like back then it was us. Our music was on top. It wasn't like South African organic music there and then on top is hip hop. South African music was on top. Abo Brown Dash singing Panskwe Mtunskwe Langa. Like, I don't know, man. Like, we had our own comedians and everything. We still do now, but like every time we have someone come up, they just sell out or they just leave us alone. Where's Trevor Noah? I heard to punish prisoners nowadays, they don't put them in solitary confinement. They tie them up, they put them in a dark room, and then they are forced to watch an episode of The Daily Show until they reveal their secrets. This is the Summer Sambit, and like always, I'll see you next time.